has collapsed. Where do you go now? This is the message that the entire world needs to hear this year. Your life is crumbling, falling apart. Don't worry. Uncle Mike's got you for this one. These are dark times, tough times, but tough times make tough people. You, right now, might be going through what's called the dark night of the soul, and you feel like you can't live anymore. This is Mental Health Awareness. Please smash the like button. Please share this link on all platforms. Let's get it out to millions of people. This is a very important message that's going to help guide humanity through 2023 and beyond, because the perceived meaning of life and all these programs that we had, they're being crushed, and you're having a total collapse. Sometimes you might go through a phase and you have a realization, and you're like, this life that I thought was real, it's fake, and you get crushed. And you could say to yourself, how could I move on? If you're getting this message and you're in this point right now, if you have gone through a dark night of the soul, please stay all the way through the end and encourage others and share your comments as well. And I'm here to share with all of you. If you say, oh, you know what? I went through a dark night of the soul. It's going to happen multiple times. So prepare. I've gone through this many times. You will have multiple dark nights of the soul. We're going to be breaking this all down today, explaining it all, what we need to do, and how do we move forward as an individual and as a society. Society collectively is going through a dark night of the soul. And there's many people around the world that literally feel like they can no longer live because their life has been crushed. And I'm here to share with all of you that I've gone through this multiple times. I'm still standing. Tough times make tough people. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to actually change the world through our actions and create something brand new. You know, Albert Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. It's time that we reach this place. Once you've realized there is nothing left, you will fight. You will fight for your new existence. You will rise up, and the lion will get up off the mat and keep moving forward. That's what it's all about right now. This is an important message. Please put a like on this video right now. I'm so grateful for that. Let's get this out to millions of people. click the like button. Please click the subscribe button. Click the bell next to subscribe. Select all. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern. Please double check you're still subscribed if you are. And please set a notification on your phone. You could even set an alarm for 9 a.m. Eastern time. You know that I will be here with a brand new video every single day, no matter what is going on out there in the ether. If you would like to join Patreon, last night we had a very powerful Zoom meeting. The link is in the description. The new video is up on Patreon. You could watch it later if you're on Patreon. This is a time period that is dark, and it's bringing forth the dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul happens for all individuals on their awakening journey. You think that, I'm going to get away with it. Life is perfect. We all have a thought of life, and we say, oh, this is going to be so great. And then God throws you in a position. You said, I never saw that coming. Because you had to experience it for yourself. You have to have firsthand experience. Remember, the collective and the individual, the micro and the macro are the same. So just like on your journey, and you say, God, why are you putting me through this right now? Why are you doing this to me, God? Well, that's why the whole society has to go through these things, because they have to experience these things for themselves. The truth cannot be told. It can only be realized. So you have to be put into the fire. You're being forged in the fire right now. Are the Holy Spirit flames in the chat? Let me know. What is the dark night of the soul? A collapse of a perceived meaning of life. You go through a phase, you have a massive eruption, and you have this deep sense of meaninglessness. Meaningless life. I've gone through this. You could go through this as well. You're sitting there. You're sitting at your prestigious job. I don't care who you are, how much money you make. You're getting this message. You hear this message, right? I'm sitting there, and your soul is talking to you. And it's like, I can't be here anymore. I have a sense of meaningless. And you're sitting with your relationship, you're looking there, you said, there's got to be more. There's got to be more to this life than what I'm going through right now. You're looking around where you live. You can't take it anymore. You reach a place where there's a deep sense of me. This is meaningless. I'm not getting anything out of this. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. Please smash the like button if you're ready to move forward. The dark night of the soul, there is an absence of experiencing the presence of God. Once again, the dark night of the soul, there is an absence of experiencing the presence of God. It's true. You might go through a time period and you say, where's God? You don't experience the presence of God. You might feel like you hit rock bottom. Many people's souls, they're really feeling it right now. They're really feeling it. All of society is going through this shift right now. You say, what's the point of this? The dark night of the soul, it is extremely difficult to get through. I'm here to tell you, you're going to be just fine, kid. It's a painful period in one's life. It's an extended period. This is not, I feel lousy for a day or two. You literally might feel this for several weeks, could be a couple of months. And don't get nervous when you hear that, because in the end, you're going to come out brand spanking new, baby. Yeah, you're going to come out brand new. You get tougher. Tough times make tough people. This is a self-empowerment channel. Tough times make tough people. Write it in the comments. On my journey, and pretty much everyone's journey, you will go through several dark nights of the soul. That's why this is an urgent message, and it lasts the test of time. Right before I even started this channel, I went through a dark night of the soul. I remember that. And it kind of really, gave me the oomph, if you will, to really get the channel started. I said, this world, there's something terribly wrong. Are you sitting at home right now? You say, there's something terribly wrong with this world right now. all of a sudden, the Holy Spirit fire, it goes right through you, and then you get up off the mat, and then you start moving forward, because tough times make tough people. I went through a dark night of the soul before I started this channel, and over the course of doing this, I've gone through multiple dark nights of the soul. Even right now, I'm going through one as well, kind of coming out of it now, come to terms that this is what the way of the world is. This is the matrix that we live in. It's all an illusion. It's all fake. And if you go up against the matrix, you know, things aren't going to be perfect. But that's why you're a warrior, because tough times make tough people. And that's what we need to focus on. When you say, oh, why do I have the dark night of the soul? You're going to be the toughest MFer that they've ever seen. And that's how we have to build a strong foundation for society. 2023, society is going through a dark night of the soul. It's going to get real dark. Perceived meaning of life is shattered. What are you supposed to get up, you know, get married, right? Go to college, get in debt, you know, the usual stuff. Work all the work. Oh, make the money, work. Give a lot of it back to taxes. Could barely move forward, right? You know, the hamster wheel. What happens when something changes, right? With this, the dark night of the soul, shattered. There's people that are listening to this right now. You could be the top of your company, the tippy top, making all the money. The dark night of the soul, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of prestige. You could run, but you can't hide from the dark night of the soul. And that's why this is a very important and urgent message to get out to millions of people this year and beyond, because it ain't stopping. Nothing could stop this. You could write it in the chat. Your soul has a mission. You came here on a mission. You might be new to this, right? Some people that are on the spiritual awakening, you're like, oh, what's the dark night of the soul? Sounds kind of interesting. Your soul, okay, ready? So your soul is the energy that operates the body. And it's a deep, dark depression. It's a deep, dark depression, depressed, rest. Your soul is so tired of operating the body. Your soul is the energy that operates the body. Now your body requires deep rest. That's what depressed means. All of these things were right in front of our face. They try to hide it from you. You're actually your soul. This is just an avatar. Do you like my avatar, Light Warriors? It's just an avatar. But I'm not this body. I'm the energy inside of the body that's operating it right now. That's the truth, actually. What I am. So all of a sudden, your soul is like, I don't want to live. This is not for me. And you could just be passed out on the couch. You could be real sad. You could be real down, because your soul is tired of living a fake existence. And what we're waking up, especially in this year, the year of the rapture, hold on to your seats. We're tired of living this fake life, and your soul is like dragging the body, right? It's like it's so tired. Why do I have to do this for? Your soul just doesn't want to do it. You drag yourself to work. You drag yourself through this life. We didn't come here to live a life on our knees. We came here to get up. Are the lions getting up right now? Let me know in the chat. That's soul. The mission, the joy of life. All of a sudden, the joy of life is gone. We really saw that. Please share in the comments. Did you notice that since 2020? They kind of took the joy of life. It's getting worse and worse, even prior to that. You know, there's many different people on the spiritual awakening journey, right? We have all different ages, right? All different people on the channel, from 9 to 99 on this channel, and maybe even beyond. Please put a like on the video. It's really going to be helpful for this very important message. You say to yourself, well, this is not what I came here to do. You just wake, it's like an epiphany. And you could see it, and you could see it, you could see it. Recently, I saw it. And I said, you know what? Like, this is not right what's going on. It's not right what's going on. And you put your life force energy, your attention. Your attention is the currency of the universe. That's why you pay attention. And where you focus your attention, you focus your life force energy all day long, your life's work, and then you have this dark night of the soul. You go through life and you could see what's wrong. You say, something's wrong here. Because they gave you subconscious programs to try to keep you in that box of limiting beliefs, to keep you, controllable. They find ways to keep you controllable. So you're stuck. You're stuck in this subconscious program. The crowd is the matrix. The crowd. The Agent Smiths, Mr. Anderson. You can't do that, Mr. Anderson. What will the people think about you? Oh. Fear, guilt, and shame. What will they think about you? What will they say? What will they say? All of a sudden you say, well, I gotta leave this job. I gotta leave this. I gotta change that. This is not, I can't handle this. I can't move forward with my life anymore. What will they say? I know this is not the way we're supposed to live. But the programming is so deep. The programming on TV. I saw it on TV. They told me on TV. It's got to be real. They told me how to live my life on TV. TV. Are you sick and tired of listening to TV? Your soul knows better. I know best. Write it in the chat. I know best. You know best, Light Warrior. Not TV. TV. Right? No, it's true. People are tired of it. If you want your rewards, hit the 777 in the chat right now. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, in the neighborhood. Last night in our Zoom meeting on Patreon, I shattered someone's life. I gave her the dark night of the soul, sharing about Mandela effects. The Mandela effect, you could say, and you just like, what's real anymore? But don't be afraid, when these things, it shows you that reality is malleable and you could start creating a brand new life and reality. You're not misremembering. You are looking too much into this, boy. You are looking too, you know the truth. You could see it, right? But you might be scared of the crowd, right? Watch out for the crowd. And they're going to gaslight you. They're going to shame you. They're going to be so prestigious, but you actually know. You're sealed in the forehead. You know what's going on. One verse all. One verse all. You want to make it through the dark night of the soul? Here to get you up. One verse all. You will get through the dark night of the soul, even if you have to be an army of one. I found that place. It's a beautiful place. Yeah. You'll find that place. Even if there's one person listening to this message right now, you're curled up in a ball. You're going through the dark night of the soul. You gotta go deep within yourself, and you will move forward, even if you have to be an army of one. You get up, if you have to take on the entire world itself, God is inside your DNA. You could do it, kid. Even if you have to be an army of one. And that's where the answers are. The answers are inside of you. The answers are inside. And you are sealed in the forehead. We are prepared for the greatest moment in the history of humanity, because it's the people that are about to cause the change. This world is set, or the universe is set with universal laws. And there is a universal law of free will. And you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. You could be going through a dark night of the soul. The collective already is, and it's about to pick up. The spiritual awakening journey is not all unicorns and rainbows. It's about becoming the greatest version of yourself. How do you become the greatest version of yourself? God gives you tough times, and tough times make tough individuals, tough warriors. That's what we need to be right now. Please smash the like button, hit the 888, and I want you to focus right now. Let's all hold the frequency for a minute. Hold the frequency that you are indestructible. And now the dark night of the soul is your realization, I got to make changes. We all have to make changes, and we're going to do what we want to do, not what the crowd wants us to do. We are going to live our lives the way that we want to live our lives. The dark night of the soul is making you become the greatest version of yourself. Eventually, you get numb to the pain. It's true. Eventually, you get numb to the pain. And what's happening is you're being purified. There's a purification that's happening. You know, I've been under pressure for quite some time, like never before. And you actually evolve. A diamond, you want to be a beautiful diamond? Are you shining like a diamond right now? A diamond is formed under extreme pressure. Pressure like you've never felt before. You almost need like a release. You need to release this. But we're being purified. All of the natural things of the universe, right? The frequencies, the sounds, the Holy Spirit fire, the sage. Tremendous sage from HarleyRayCrystalShop.com. Got to get the organic sage. The most powerful sage. You're going to really need a lot of sage. We got to get like boatloads of sage right now of what's going on in the world. It's a time period. It's a dark period. It's a tough time period because tough times make tough people. Write it in the chat right now. Tough times make tough people. That's what we need to focus on. A lot of people that are on their awakening journey, they've experienced this already. And if you've experienced this multiple times, remember, there's all different versions of yourself. And what God needs from you right now, God needs you to become the greatest version of yourself. And that's why you go through these things. Life shattered, like here's your life, and then it's like, psh, and then like your life is shattered. Shattered. Your life, how do I go on? How do I go on? Because you reach this place You reach this place within the dark night of the soul. Once you've realized there is nothing left, you will fight. That's where you have to be. That's where the magic happens. You could say to yourself, why do I have to go through this dark night of the soul? Where's God right now? There's a big giant foot that's squishing you down, right? I went through it too. It's all right. Still kind of going through it again and again and again. You signed up for this. I would like to see the signature on that contract, though. I just want to see this. Where's the signature? Some people are tuned in. I got to see the signature on the soul contract. Contract's up. Time to get your wings back. Time to fly again. We've done enough. It's time to be released. It's time to be free and embody the freedom. Write it in the chat. I am free. That dark night of the soul, you're sitting around, you're in a cold sweat, you're curled up in the fetal position because you're not free. You're not free at your job, wherever you might experience it. That's why if you like to join Patreon, the 8 dimensions of wellness. You could look at a person and say, oh, they have everything, but they might be struggling in a different dimension of wellness. We have to focus on our wellness in 8 dimensions with the Triforce. Yeah, remember the Triforce, the Legend of Zelda? You have to be fortified right now. Fortified physically, mentally, and spiritually. All 3 phases in every aspect of life. You got to armor up, you're sealed up, you're ready to go. And that's what we're going through right now. Think about the world, right? Really focus. So the dark night of the soul, you have this collapse, you have a perceived meaning of life or some aspect of life. This was and then it's gone. Well, what do you do? What do you do? You thought that, okay, expectations. Expectations, the thief of joy. We all have expectations. It's important that we have boundaries. Like I have boundaries that cannot be crossed at any time. You could set boundaries. But the journey, there's no such thing as time. And that's where a lot of people are struggling right now. Time is fake. If you know this, you could write it in the comments. Time is fake. Fake time. You're fake time. Fake time. Fake time. And people are spending like $700 for the watch. They could actually save their money. You got more money now without the prestige. I got a prestigious watch. I got a prestigious watch. No. You have to let go. People pay for their prison. They get you to pay top dollar. You pay top dollar for you. Do you know you pay top dollar for the prison that they keep you in? Top dollar for that fancy watch. Top dollar for those fancy sunglasses to block the light of Christ from entering your pineal gland. You pay for it. They trick you to build your own prison. Top dollar. And that's why when you think about things that are Luciferian, you say, oh, that's so backwards. That's what it means. It's backwards. It's the opposite. So your soul is sitting here and you're realizing this and you say, this is not what I came here to. This is backwards. This life is backwards. What is evil? It's to live in reverse. Spell it backwards. It's the opposite. People are spiraling up to the 5th dimension. They're escaping this prison, the mindset, the matrix. It's all in front of you. We have to escape it. So grateful for all the support. Please smash the like button. We're going to hit a new milestone as we're live right now. It helps others find this message. Very grateful when you click the like button. Just take a second to do that, please. You know, some people call it the dark night of the ego. The ego keeps us protected on this journey. And the ego is really struggling right now. It wants to keep you safe. We can't really stay in bubble wrap the whole time. We're like, we're all bubble wrapped up right now. Gotta stay safe. Didn't they have a couple of years ago, didn't they have big posters? Stay home, stay safe. Don't do anything. Don't create anything. Stay safe. We have to sometimes come out of the safety zone. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. Once again, sometimes we have to come out of our safety zone. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. And we see the things that are wrong, you know, and then when I go through these things, I feel my blood pressure rising. I have to hold, like, you know, just let it go. Oh, why am I still doing this for? This is not right. Just got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Share it in the comments. Let it go. Let it go. This will happen multiple times. Once, twice, 3 times five times. It's going to happen multiple times. But the thing is, once you are able to identify it, sometimes maybe the first time it happens, you're going to see this is all about healing, right? So now we're focusing on the next part of the message. This is all about healing. You're like the Wolverine. You're healing faster and faster. You're working on your healing powers. You're regenerating. You're healing from these things. I love the chat. Please subscribe to the channel and be part of our tremendous group chat. I love it. We're healing faster and faster. That's what we're doing. So you could go through a dark night of the soul, and then you go through another one, and you get out of it quicker. And then you go through another one, and then you get out of it quicker. You're becoming stronger and stronger. You get knocked down, but you get back up again. Remember that one? On top of the mountain. How many times can you get knocked down and get back up again? That's what we're all doing. And there is a tremendous power when you go within, even if you have to do it alone right now. I know a lot of people are alone right now, feel alone. Many people are. You're being isolated on purpose. You say, oh, I'm going through the spiritual awakening. I got no friends. My family's gone. Everyone's gone. Coworkers are gone. What's going on right now? You're being isolated on purpose. You might go through the hermit phase, the dark night of the soul hermit phase. Do you know about the hermit phase? Oh, the hermit's here? Hermits? Where is everyone? Where is everyone? There was a commercial years ago, right? I think they were advertising cheap airfare, and they're all in Times Square. And he's like, where is there's no one in time. Everyone's gone. Will we see that for real? The rapture. There's a frequency that's hitting this earth right now. It's changing us. And I shared even about this last night, the way that I go about my life. It's changing. All these things are changing right now. You're not here to be perfect. That's an illusion. Perfect is an illusion. There's no such thing as perfect in this world. Nothing's going to be perfect. And then you say, oh, well, this is not working out. That's not working out. And then you don't feel so great. It's the thief of joy. Nothing is perfect. When you start to go through this, when you know that you're on a journey has twists and turns. A trip is planned. Nothing is planned. We're not on a trip. We're on an evolutionary journey. And the twists and turns of the journey. Remember, you will get to the end. You're divinely protected. You could write it in the comments. I am divinely protected. You don't know how you're going to get there. It's the time that's fake. And so then you have an expectation. It's, oh, I was supposed to do this by that age. We don't age anymore anyway. Stop celebrating your birthday. It's absolutely, everything is backwards. Everything is backwards. Let's document how it's. Please let us know in the comments if you understand what's going on here. No, it's all a matrix. The time is fake, so how do you know? How do you know? Chemically, what are you? Right? Everything is different. Everything isn't what it appears to be. You've lived before, and now you're regaining your strength right now. We're all regaining our abilities. Yeah, Chris Mason writes, it was all a lie. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. And now it's time to wake up from the dream. Could be a nightmare as well. It's time to wake up from the dream. The hermits are in the house right now, which is probably a true story. Hermits are probably in the house. Definitely not out there in society. Even myself right now, sometimes we dip into society, then we get out as quick as possible. Because you're feeling it. You're empathic. Are the empaths here? When you go out in the world, you're feeling all the frequency. You're feeling everyone else. So many people are going through the dark night of the soul right now. So you're feeling this right now. You're feeling all this. You go out, this is what you feel. Listen, I'm becoming more and more sensitive to these things, and it becomes overwhelming. It really does feel overwhelming. Beautiful chat. The chat is blowing up right now. Yeah, it is painful to be in the matrix because it's painful to your soul. It's denser than your soul. See, so the frequencies are going like this. It's wide. The gap is wider and wider. It's called the rapture. It's happening right now. There's people on a totally different frequency. You can't even hear them anymore. They can't hear you anymore. You're so tired of hearing the fake. You're like, just shut the radio off. It's too much static out there. There's too much, it's all static right now. These things are painful for the soul, but you are rising up to the greatest version of yourself. And that's why you have these tough times, to build tough people, to have a foundation of the new earth. Each and every one of you is going to be a leader of this new earth. The foundation is unbreakable. We have this community here. The foundation of this community is now unbreakable, no matter what is going on out there. We just focus on doing this message and stop worrying about all the other things that are going on. You have to go deep within right now. And you're going to find that this darkness, you're going to find something in the dark. You're going to find it. If you could find it in the dark, that's great. Wow, I found it. How did I find it? When you get really, really deep into the dark, that's where you find the spark, the light of Christ. You'll find it in the darkness. And then you'll bring forth the victory of the light. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I'm grateful for all of you. Really grateful for the support, clicking the like, sharing the video. Please join our Patreon. The link is in the description. I'm grateful for that. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link at the pinned comment. What are your thoughts of the dark night of the soul? What are you experiencing? What are you going through? Because everyone needs to hear this, and I'm sharing. None of us are perfect. We all go through this. I went through this. I went through this multiple times. And we're going to keep feeling this, and it's helping us reach another level. You get knocked out, you get back up, and it keeps happening, and you keep getting stronger and stronger. It's like building a callus, right? You pump the weights, you get the calluses on the hands, you're getting stronger and stronger. And this is the message that everyone needs to hear. So grateful. Everyone, please, if you haven't done so, click this like button and share this video. Click that share button. It's really going to help getting the video out there because so many people go through this dark night of the soul. This is mental health awareness. And this is a community. So everyone is experiencing something. Share it in the comments what you are going through, and you will overcome it. And we really had a deep conversation last night on Patreon. Because everyone, when we all share about it, it's really, this is where we're at right now. Building discipline. Yeah, it is important to have discipline. When you take away all the pleasure and you find this self, right? That's the pressure, and you're forced to evolve. You're forced to change. That's what's happening. You're being forced to change. And then you become the greatest version of yourself. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Please visit the channel page. We even have YouTube shorts. If you haven't, please go and just smash the like button on all the YouTube shorts. It won't take you long. I think they're short. Which we're doing everything we can to get the messages out to the people on all platforms. We have Telegram. We have LinkedIn. All the links are on the channel page or in the description. And again, please join our Patreon. Grateful for the support and leaving comments and sharing with others. This is the way of the future. And this is how we all become the greatest versions of ourselves. You think you're dying? Get up off the mat, kid. You're going to become very powerful and a great foundation for this new earth. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.